Your wallet might be getting lighter after the price of gas jumped significantly just a few days into the war in Iran. The national average price for a gallon of regular gas is $3.19 today. On average, prices are up 22 cents from last week. The average a month ago was 31 cents less per gallon at $2.88. And a year ago, the average gallon of gas was 10 cents less per gallon at $3.09. Lastly, 1 gallon of diesel fuel costs $3.75 today. That is up a penny from yesterday's average. And in Middle Georgia, WGXA's William Bazone shares reactions from some he spoke with who understandably say they're not happy with shelling out more at the pump.
I'm hoping that this will be one of those not wonderfully convenient things that passes quickly.
As global tensions continue and travel demand picks up, drivers here in Macon $3 jumping roughly. Georgia
groceries going on time and survive.
Similar.
I think that my biggest concern is for working people, right? How are they going to deal with the knock-on effects? Because every time the gas goes up, it's not just what you pay at the pump, it's what everybody's paying.
And for those workers, cutting back isn't an option. At the Tom Hill Kroger, Quinn Campbell says it's business as usual.
Because I still have to go to places. I still got to go to work, still got to do what I got to do.
It's still a game of wait and see, with every fill-up hitting a little harder than the last. Reporting in Macon, William Bazone, WGXA News.
Bibb County's average cost per gallon is $3.12 per AAA. And right now, Jones, Pulaski, Wilcox, and Taylor counties are some of the cheapest places to fill your tanks. Meanwhile, Dooley, Crisp, Peach, and Monroe have the highest average price.
A man with prior drug convictions is facing years in prison for violating his probation after law enforcement found fentanyl and a machine gun in his home. 30-year-old Rodriguez Jacks pleaded guilty to 1 count of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon on Tuesday after he didn't show up for community service and failed 2 drug tests. This prompted a search of his home in November of 2022, where authorities found multiple guns, including one that was reported stolen, along with crack cocaine, fentanyl, marijuana, a large amount of cash, and distribution materials. Jacks reportedly admitted that he planned to distribute the seized drugs. He faces up to 15 years in prison, followed by 3 years on supervised release and a $250,000 fine. His sentencing is scheduled for June 2nd.
A Perry man is speaking out, saying he believes he and his wife are being targeted after their home was vandalized. WGXA's Carlos Stevens has the story.
Now, when we talked to the sheriff about what was going on with our house, because we had false police reports made by the deputies who get paid by the county. They work for the county. They also work for the public. The sheriff said he'll take care of it the very next day. Nothing happened.
According to Houston County Sheriff Matt Moulton, Newman alleges that someone poured deer urine into his outdoor air conditioning unit. Daniel Newman says he and his wife went to the sheriff's office on November 12, 2025 and spoke with the sheriff and the county attorney about their home being vandalized. Newman says he also came before the board on January 6th.
I brought out the police reports. Nothing has been done. This is why I'm here again. Since that time, from January 6th to this date, our house has been vandalized 3 more times. We are being targeted. We don't know why. The deputies can't tell us. They keep on writing false police reports. We had a corporal and another deputy that came out. It's on their body camera. They talked directly to my wife. Then they put in the police report that they talked to me, accused me of being a threat.
As to what Newman meant by false report, he didn't clarify, but he says he hasn't been able to get the sheriff to correct the police reports. He says he even sought help from one of the commissioners.
Commissioner Taltner, no disrespect to you, but I gave you my phone number, and you said you would be in touch with me. Nothing.
Newman says he's pleading for help before someone gets hurt.
I don't know what you guys can do as commissioners. Work with the sheriff to get him to do something. I don't know. But I'm crying out for help before something seriously happens where somebody gets hurt or me and my wife lose our life. I'm asking you guys, can you do anything to help us?
Students at Georgia College and State University made their voices heard after holding a protest against the war in Iran. The group met at the fountain on the campus just before noon to share their collective opposition to the war. The protest was organized by Mutual Aid, a student-led initiative focused on collective care and resource sharing within Milledgeville and Middle Georgia. The organization frequently partners with student-led groups and local residents to address what they deem are pressing issues. We spoke with some who explained why they came out to protest.
What bothers me the most is, innocent people dying, and the fact that it is pretending to be like, oh, we want to save the women, we want to save the women. But I don't believe that's true. I believe it's to take over another country, use their resources.
The goal with this is to essentially cast a net and bring more people into mutual aid so that we can essentially use them as a tool for community good in Milledgeville.
Just last month, students at GCSU protested against ICE in the wake of 2 deaths in Minnesota. Central Georgia Technical College is celebrating the completion of its new state-of-the-art lab spaces for electric vehicles and mechatronics. It was completed right before bells ring in for the upcoming spring semester. The lab tours gave visitors an up-close look at the cutting-edge technology students will be learning about before joining the workforce.
Is really to add programming that can better support a variety of industries in Georgia. First, our electric vehicle manufacturing and servicing. So we added an electric vehicle program to our existing automotive technology program. And then we've built out a brand new mechatronics lab so that we can teach students all about industrial mechanics, industrial automation, so that they can learn the skills that can enable them to go out and work in a manufacturing environment.
Now, the labs were made possible by a multi-million-dollar investment from the state of Georgia.
Heading throughout the remainder of this weekend, really into this weekend, not expecting a whole big chance for some rain, but still is possible to run into some isolated showers, maybe even a storm or two as well. But the next chance for some widespread rain won't be until next Thursday. But we do have to watch out for some showers again heading throughout the next few days. Heading throughout the remainder of this week, or rather today, I should say, you're not going to expect a whole lot. Some partly cloudy skies, maybe a sprinkle here or there, but mainly going to be a dry day. Heading into the Friday and really just our weekend overall, some mostly cloudy skies and start to see an increase in the chance for some showers. But we'll really want to be watching this line of showers and storms off to our west on Saturday. This is going to be some severe weather, and it could have an impact of what we see here on our Saturday. Some of those outflow boundaries from some of those stronger showers and storms could prompt a few showers and maybe even a few storms for us here in Middle Georgia, and that could pose a problem as well because just a couple of us are going to be outlined in a severe weather threat. This is going to be that level 1 threat, that marginal risk. It's not a high one, but it is still a risk nonetheless, meaning there's the chance to see an isolated severe storm or two. But also something that's been on the rise has been that pollen. Today is probably going to be the worst of it for now, right at that 9.9, but still going to be in that medium-high range, so still could be a little sniffly out there as well. Something else that's on the rise are those temperatures. They could even be flirting with record highs as well. On Friday and Saturday, those are the closest days, both days the record being at 86. Friday forecasting 84, and then Saturday forecasting 85. So it's certainly possible we could even tie it on some of those days and maybe even break it. We'll just have to wait and see. Overall, though, the rest of today, still going to see a mostly sunny day, probably partly cloudy by the time we make it toward those overnight hours. And then as we roll into this weekend, we also have daylight saving time, so we'll be springing for that hour and seeing some longer days and certainly some later sunsets. But until then, the main story this weekend is just dealing with some on and off showers and maybe even a storm or two.
United.
Urban Meyer built college football dynasties.
Football is a way of life.
Mark Ingram II ran his way to a Heisman.
I'm gonna do the rest of the show with this thing.
Rob Stone calls it like he sees it. This is the Triple Option, where legends tackle the biggest headlines in college football and the NFL with guests who don't hold back.
You're not winning with that owner.
Wow.
It's football talk that hits harder than game day. The Triple Option, presented by Wendy's, wherever you get your podcasts.